What's up? What's up? Y'all hear me pretty good? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Y'all leave all your questions in the chat. I know you're gonna have a lot of questions tonight. How many calories should I? How many reps and sets? Put it all in the chat now so I can just get to it later because I want to get to flowing and saying what I need to say today. So I can get out of here. What's up? What's up? How y'all feeling? What's up? What's up? So what's crazy? Like, I've been on Instagram and I see all these dudes doing the most outlandish stuff. And I'm like, yo, what is that gonna do for anybody? Like, how are you gonna get like that doesn't solve any problem just doing all that crazy stuff in the gym. Like it's starting to get ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? I realize now that a lot of this stuff is just for like fans, you know what I mean? Just people just to get attention and stuff. It's not real. And I bet you, you know, what's funny is that like, yeah, my videos are boring. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my videos are kind of like, you know, I've been doing this for a while and it's the same standard stuff. You know, I'm starting to turn into like a redundant old man. But I bet you the same thing is that my stuff is consistent and a lot of that stuff comes and goes. You know what I'm saying? So like all that little, you know, we doing this workout now, we trying this now, we trying this now. Like that stuff is not stable. You know what I mean? So even when I watch it now, I guess I'm turning to an old geezer because I'm like, ugh, look at y'all. Like y'all just gonna get injured. Like I know doing too many of those right there, that's gonna tear your bicep. Doing that right there, that's gonna mess your back up. Now I'm looking at it funny. You know what I'm saying? Like I could tell where the longevity is gonna end, and some people just are just lifting for fun at this point. So I get it. But anyway, let's get to work tonight. So, how to bulk on a budget is tonight's topic. All right. So I'm gonna get into it with y'all about how to bulk, but I'm not gonna be so like, you know, everybody's in a different region, everybody's in a different area, and the cost of goods are gonna be whatever the price is in your location. And so when I say certain things, you're gonna be able to plug and play with calories, food, whatever it is during the case. So I'll leave it broad, but I'm gonna still say, okay, insert this here and do these options. All right. So y'all might want to get a pen and paper or something like that. so if you really want to get nice with this, you can kind of get an understanding of what a sequence of a meal plan should look like when you want to put on size, because it's completely different. And then some stuff you may have already known, some stuff you may not have known, but you know, it's gonna be like, here's what it's gonna take, and then we'll see if your body can even handle this. And so really, it's funny because like, you know, at the end of the day, everybody wants to grow, everybody wants to get big, right? But what I've realized personally, what I've noticed out of all this, like, you know, over time, when you keep on working out consistently, your body fat percentage is gonna like, it's gonna go up and down as you age. You know what I'm saying? But then there's gonna get to some point where you get this muscle that just stays there. And once it stays there, it's not gonna matter how much you weigh on a scale. You're just gonna go for a look, and this look is gonna be the sharpest detailed muscle because you just been doing it for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And so you won't even know. And that's how you run into those dudes that look like they're 230, but really are only like 170 pounds. Like you'll run into guys like that at some point because they've been doing the same thing for a long time and eating the same thing for a long time and not really worried about, you know, should I do this? Should I do this? They're just doing the same boring, redundant thing, and they look amazing, but they don't even pay attention to it because it's like, you know, whatever. And so that's a lot of them old heads that work in warehouses and they only got a couple days to do the same routine, or, you know what I'm saying, old ex-military dudes and stuff that's just kind of like, and you'll see that, you know, you'll run into it here and there. But all right, so first things first, all right, how to bulk on a budget. The goal is to have 4 to 6 meals per day. All right, 4 to 6. 4 is reasonable depending on how heavy they are. 6 are stretched out meals where you can have little light ones in between. Okay, so I'll break it down like your breakfast, lunch, dinner. How you gonna do all that in a day? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you squeeze it all in? But the goal is to have 4 to 6 meals. All right, per day and consistently. That's on Sundays too, like Saturday and Sunday too. 4 to 6. Okay, now this is how you're gonna do 4 to 6. All right, And it's gonna get ugly, but you can do it. Okay. And if your body can take it, take it. But sometimes, what I was gonna say is sometimes, like, even if you want to bulk and you're trying to get big, your body may not be able to handle it. Your body may reject it. And so trying to force yourself to eat all that food right now, just saying, okay, in the name of bulking, don't be surprised if you just can't handle it. And you have to just build up to it slowly, because sometimes that does happen. And you'll have to, it just depends on what you can take. If you're a smaller person who, like me, who's just naturally, leaner all the time, or mesomorph, endomorph, whatever like that, then you're going to figure out that, or ectomorph, whatever it is. Anyway, so you'll figure out that, like, it's hard to put on weight, and as you struggle to put on weight, it's, maybe because you don't like to eat so much, or maybe because your metabolism is so fast, so you got to go eat again, but you just finished eating, but it's like, now I got to eat again. You know what I mean? So it's exhausting, but I get it. So this is going to be the way where we can put it on you and keep those calories in you, okay? So that you know what the foods are that are going to be the big boys. Okay? So 4 to 6 meals per day. The first meal is going to be your breakfast, but this is a wake up breakfast. This isn't a real breakfast, okay? First meal is going to be your breakfast, and it's going to be oatmeal. So something like an oatmeal, cream of wheat, or something like that. That's going to be your first meal. You can put that on your stomach early on in the morning. Like that water, that's your first meal. So when you first get out of the bed, before you get to cooking or it could be cereal or something like that. You could have some cereal, oatmeal, something light like that for the first meal, for your first snap and wake up, get my stuff together. Let me start putting my clothes on and stuff like that. But that's the first thing you're going to put in, right? So you got to have it first. So now you got a meal in you already before anything starts. I don't care if that's the first 10, 15 minutes after getting up out of the bed. You know what I'm saying? That's your first one. As soon as your body can handle it, boom, you're putting that in your system. Okay. Now the second meal, and that's, and how much cereal costs, that's nothing. So if you can have something like, Cheerios or something like that, or some type of like gluten-free cereal in the morning or something, that'd be beneficial for you. So try to put something like that in for your first meal. Okay. We're going to get to the real meals later, but trust me, this is going to be the safest thing to do for the first thing. Because if you can get this out of the way, then that'll start your metabolism for the day, and you'll be hungry to actually want to eat those other meals. Because if you skip something and you don't eat the first one, you just kind of wait through midday, you won't even be hungry later on, So the first meal is going to be your cereal. Okay. So now the second meal is going to be something like your eggs, your toast, a bagel, fruit, and that's going to be your second meal. So now that you've done something and now you get a chance to really sit down and have a real full meal, now you're going to have your breakfast, your true breakfast, okay? So this is where you have your protein, like eggs, egg whites, okay? So your protein has to be in there. Everything's going to have a protein, a carbohydrate, and a vegetable for your main course meals, okay? So this is meal number 2. Protein, egg whites or eggs. Your carbs going to be toast, bagel, waffles, something like that. You know what I'm saying? 2 waffles. You can have syrup, whatever. And then you're going to have a fruit as well. So if you want to have your strawberries or whatever type of apples, or some type of shake or something like that, you'll have orange juice in the morning. Whatever type of fruits and fruit juices you want to have, you want to do those now. Okay, so this is when you start doing those. And those are basic things. Eggs aren't crazy expensive. Toast, bread, not crazy expensive. Same thing, fruit, not crazy expensive. Okay, so now you got those 3 things out of the way. All right, now we're going to another meal. So this is your lunchtime meal. So we had a chance to kind of digest that one, let that one sit in your body for a little bit. A couple hours later, maybe 2 to 3 hours later, here's your next one. Okay, next meal is going to be a full lunch, which is a protein, a carbohydrate, and frozen vegetables. So what I like to do for proteins, let's say if you guys are like chicken eaters or something like that, you could just do you'll just do like chicken breast or turkey breast or something like that. I never was a chicken fan. I would have a turkey instead. So maybe like turkey breast or something like that, or you can find like even those what are those things, like those Cornish hens or something like that, or those rotisserie chickens or something. You know what I mean? Find you one of those and get the breast out of there, like the breast meat out of there. That, and then you can have rice. And when you go for having rice, you'll have at least a cup of rice. Okay, so a cup of rice and then a vegetable. And your vegetables should be like a green vegetable. So you can have like frozen green beans, frozen broccoli, frozen spinach, or something like that. You could put that in there too. And those things cost like $1 per bag for the vegetables. So it's not like you got to go in there and, shuck your own whatever. You know what I'm saying? So just get a frozen bag of vegetables, put those straight in there, and now you got your vegetables for your for your third meal. All right, so now, and that's a big meal. Okay, so whatever meat all that was, whatever carbs all that was for your cup of rice right there, and then you having your vegetables too. So now that's a pretty packed meal for your third time a day. Like you already ate twice. Now you having another one. So that's 3 meals already. You know what I'm saying? That's 3 heavy meals, okay? And that's why we're doing like oatmeal. If you can do oatmeal first, that's a pretty heavy meal because you're gonna still have that sitting on you, okay? So that's why I'm like, if you could push it, push it. But I don't know. At most times, people are kind of like stumped right here, for the lunch. All right, so now we're going to meal number 4. Meal number 4 is going to be something like your mixed nuts, your trail mix, or something like that. This is the light one. Okay? So this is your trail mix, your mixed nuts, fruit, your protein shake. For some of you guys who like taking shakes, I'm not a shake fan, but if you want to take a shake, this is the time to take your shake. Okay, so you'll probably have done a workout by now or something like that, and maybe like right after your workout, take your shake. You know what I'm saying? So if you did your workout after lunch or you did, before dinner, something like that, or you're in the gym, you just did your workout now it's time to do it right immediately after your workout, immediately after, now go ahead and have your shake at that time. Okay. And maybe some rice cakes or something like that. To have that with you with your carb. So now you got a carb on you and your protein shake, or and your mixed nuts or your fruit if you want to have, a pear or something like that. This is the time to repack your body. And this is something also to remember. So like a lot of you guys who are into bulking and stuff, if you want to eat bad sometimes, the best time to eat like your snacks and your messiest foods is immediately after like a big workout. And that's okay. It won't affect the look too much. Your body already depleted so many calories when you just did that heavy hardcore workout. So now if you go ahead and eat, a messy burger or a sandwich or whatever like that, or something that you shouldn't really be having, at this moment right now, it's really not going to affect you that bad. But by the time you're just, the next day sitting around and not really doing anything, your body's not going to need to use that food that you just burnt off through the workout to recover. So during the time you just finished doing your biggest workout and you sweating, you depleted, you burned all those calories, go ahead and eat something crazy. If it was like a big leg day or something like that, go ahead and eat something crazy and feel okay with it. Don't feel like you did anything wrong because your body can handle it now. But don't do that on like an ab day or something like that, or a day where you didn't even work out. Now you're just eating bad and you didn't work out the day. Make sure it's a big day where you did, back, legs, you know what I'm saying? Y'all deadlifting, something like that, and squatting. And yeah, now go eat something crazy. Go eat your pizza and stuff like that. Or, whatever your cheat meal was going to be that you wanted to be a big meal, now you can have it, but not just on a regular day. Okay. So keep that in mind. All right, now back to the scheduled program. So now we got dinner. Okay, dinner is our 5th meal, and we're gonna have our protein again. So seafood at this point, maybe you can have a piece of salmon. You can get frozen salmon in a bag, and that's like $14, and that should last you like at least 5-6 days for frozen salmon just right there. So if you want to have salmon for lunch, the frozen salmon, and then have some type of turkey meat or chicken or something like that for dinner, you got 2 things you just bought for and as a bag of salmon is only $14. A bag of chicken maybe only be $10, and you got you bought a whole bunch of egg whites that's gonna last you, and you only need to use maybe like a cup of egg whites anyway. So you'll have to buy maybe 2 of those for the week, 2 cartons of egg whites for the week, something like that. So this isn't really getting into the budget too bad. We only at like $60-$70. So and this is gonna last you for the whole week, so that's okay. And you got rice. The rice is gonna last you because you make a cup of rice and that's gonna stretch anyway. And then the frozen vegetables, that's only $1 a bag, $1.25 a bag. So if you having in a bag, is gonna last you for 2 days. You know what I'm saying? When you break it down, so it's not like a bag of frozen green beans. You're gonna eat the whole thing right now. There's no way you can eat a bag of frozen green beans. Like you might be able to finish a bag of frozen green beans in a day if you do lunch and dinner with it, but for the most part, you'll probably want to swap out and do something different for dinner, right? All right, and so also make sure you guys are squeezing and having stuff like avocados and sweet potatoes. Okay, so like after that dinner meal where we had our protein, carb, and the vegetable again, our green vegetable again, we're gonna have another late night meal after that. All right, and this is where you have like your can of tuna or something, and you have like a sweet potato or a salad that you add later on. This is your force meal, the one like right before bed. You have like another 15-20 minutes before you go to bed, so you put something in you real fast, And this is where it gets ugly. And again, like I'm talking about, we only talk about eating for bulking. You know what I'm saying? And so it sounds like, oh, it's just 3 meals, but it's 3 meals plus the oatmeal that we added earlier, and then we added in the second meal, which was the mixed nuts and the fruits and stuff, and the shake, and then having another can of tuna and a sweet potato later. All of that stuff, that's like you just squeeze in huge meals, but you stretch them out throughout the day. So those are big calorie things, especially sweet potatoes, especially avocados. Avocado I think has 240 calories in it. And so you're talking about adding your calories just in certain things. Same thing for a sweet potato. You adding big calories. Salmon has like 412 calories in it per piece. So we talking about eating big, heavy stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that heavy stuff will stick to you. If you're eating like white fish or something light, that may not stick to you and help you bulk. But if you're eating things like salmon, canned tuna or something like that, or different types of more dense meats, if it's seafood, or even if it's like don't try not to have too much beef, but if you have like more chicken and leaner meats and you're having them consistently, because you still gotta want to go to the bathroom. If you start adding too much beef in there, then you won't be regular, So, and another thing that you can do when you're eating like this, because you're putting so much food in your system to help with your digestion, don't forget to take digestive enzymes, okay? Because you'll mess around and be constipated, forcing yourself to eat all this food, okay? So, so yeah, make sure you're taking digestive enzymes and making sure that when you're doing that way the food can come out of your system. It's not just sitting in you, or do something like Miralax or something like that, so that you're not just holding on to a whole bunch of stuff. But make sure you're doing it that way, okay? And then a couple things to remember, like don't be afraid to eat bad occasionally. Like I said, you can squeeze in a bad meal on a heavy workout day. That's fine, okay? It's not against the rules. If you go to eat out, try to find restaurants that let you pick your own meals. Like, okay, so for example, if you go to Chipotle, you can choose, okay, give me this, I want that, I want this, and give me a burrito bowl. Okay, cool. Fair. You can pick your protein, your carbs, your vegetables. Like if you go to the mall and they have one of those Asian spots and you can pick your, whatever seafood and get shrimp, and then or get not shrimp, or you can get chicken or something like that, and then you can get whatever. The sauces may be bad, yeah, fair. You know what I'm saying? We can't escape that. But right now we're talking about bulking, so I'm not really worried about sauces and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You'll know that you can have it, but don't do it every day. If you can avoid it, avoid it. But if you got to do it, okay, whatever. It's not gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not about to shut down before you get big. You can have some mess here and there. Like your body kind of needs to have some junk in it, so that it knows that, okay, we're eating clean all the time, and then you throw some junk in your body, it'll shake everything up, and then that'll keep restarting your metabolism. So don't always just eat good, you know what I'm saying, forever. You could take a break, have something crazy, and then go back to eating good again, Try to get in all of your meals daily if you can. So as many as you can get in, squeeze them in. If you can only get in 3, fair. If you can get in your whole 6, fair. That's even better, right? And then here's the last one. So I know a lot of you people were interested in like what supplements I should take, what supplements for growth. Creatine at this time, if your body can handle it and you're fine with taking creatine monohydrate, I'm cool with that. Like I've taken creatine before and I like how it worked for me. I just know that you have to drink a lot of water. So if you're taking creatine and you're going to do creatine, like I think it takes about 2 weeks before it starts really kicking in. And to be fair, I haven't done creatine since like 2016 and 17. So I'm not really sure if they have any new developments by now. So somebody could comment in here and say, if it works the same way or something like that. But what I do know is that if you're going to take it, make sure you're drinking your water. So always have at least a gallon of water a day anyway. But if you're going to be taking your creatine, push for 1.5 gallons, 2 gallons. All right. And in that way, you'll be actually able to see the effects of your bulking. And make sure that you're working out harder than you would normally be working out. So don't just work out and do your normal, light weights and regular routine. If you know you're going to start eating for growth, make sure you also work out for growth as well. So go a little bit harder than you normally will grow. Go a little bit harder than you normally will go. Push it just slightly, and then let the food do its job. And then as the food starts to do its job, you'll see the effects of it. But it's going to take a while. So don't think that you're going to just start looking amazing overnight, but it will take time. Okay? And that's all I got. That's all I got today. I'm glad you guys joined me for the video tonight. So let me see what you guys got here. Read some of these comments. P Capes TV says, does apple cider vinegar actually work for belly fat? I've played with apple cider vinegar before, but I don't know if it necessarily works for belly fat. That's not one of those things where I would do that for a specific thing. If it helps you with your metabolism, if it helps you to process foods or digest foods faster or something like that, maybe. But really, I haven't done the research on to say what specifically it does. Mess with it, see, try it for your body. If it doesn't work for your body, I don't know. But I haven't made any of my clients or anybody who I've worked with over the years focus on apple cider vinegar. If I was going to say something that I do know kind of works for belly fat, is drinking like lemon water first thing in the morning. You drink your lemon water first thing in the morning. Squeeze a half a lemon in a cup of water, 2 cups of water. You start drinking that to kickstart your metabolism for the day. That I know can definitely help you. But as far as apple cider vinegar, it may work the same way. To be quite fair, I don't know. I just haven't been into it. Robert, he says, I'm bulking primarily on bagels. How long till your heart fails you? Give it about another 3 weeks, and then make sure you reach out to your healthcare provider and let them know. But if you do gluten-free bagels, your heart may never fail you. Anyway, everybody, I hope you enjoyed my video tonight, and I hope you actually can use some of this stuff. And if y'all are still growing and making improvements and appreciating my videos and my content, keep on letting me know. I like all the comments I get. I like everybody reaching out to me on Instagram. I appreciate that. I try to answer your questions on there since I'm on Instagram a lot before I get back on here on Fridays and stuff like that. So if you send me a message on Instagram, I'll probably respond to you a lot quicker. Okay? But anyway, I missed y'all last week, but thanks for being here this week, and I appreciate you guys, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching.